Salam and hello everyone, and welcome to the show. My name is BEKELE-PIPER, and thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us for the 42 episodes that we have brought you this year. It has been a wonder to tell the stories, to hear from you, to engage with all the things we care so deeply about here in Kenya, in East Africa, and the broader continent and diaspora. We have talked about joy and justice in its many forms, from those who are creating change in their communities to those who are creating art and challenging us to think deeper, to those who are creating social change and inviting us to join them. It has been a beautiful year. We start off with 37 episodes total in the Salam and Hello / Uproot family, and now this year we're ending with 82. And we are just full of gratitude for every single one of you who has joined us on this ride. So as we close out the year, we thought it would be a lot of fun to go behind the scenes a bit. Last episode, you got to hear from our wonderful team. And today we thought we would go back and listen to our wonderful guests. At the end of every episode, we ask 2 questions. What's your favorite drink and what is bringing you joy? And we have had some wonderful, funny, surprising answers from our amazing guests. I think we've had over 50 people on the show this year. So let's take a look back at some of the highlights from the year. There have been some surprising moments, people who have been very somber and thoughtful, and others who just gave us an off-the-cuff response, and we have loved every single answer. So let's take a look at some of the highlights of what is bringing all of our amazing guests joy.
That's just how we roll. How we that's how we roll. Just like that. That's just how we roll. How we that's how we roll. Just like that. That's just how we roll.
Salam and hello everyone. My name is BEKELE-PIPER and welcome to the show.
That's a nice question. What is bringing... In spite of everything, man, this continent still brings me joy.
Can't even help yourself, can you?
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's just, Africa brings me joy. It just gives me so much happiness that we still believe. We still believe in us, and we know who we are. And there's still hope, despite, you know, there are lots of bad days, but the fact that we have not given up on this continent, I have not given up on this continent, even though it frustrates me. Our stories as Africans brings me joy.
Right now, people, I'm surrounded by, the best people. Just so loving, so empowering, so kind. I think honestly, it's not even more complicated than that. The people around me. I think I'm in a season of experiencing a lot of love and encouragement. Even Rahma pushing this conversation, knowing how I felt, you know. My partner, so much love.
Yeah.
So that's bringing me joy. And I think it also puts me in the position to give joy, because I'm coming from a very nourished...
Your cup is full.
Yeah, my joy cup is very full.
Hey, so. We love that. We love that.
My daughter is bringing me joy lately. I feel like it's a cop-out answer, but she's so cute.
She's so cute.
So I have a 5-month-old daughter, and she's just, just watching her grow and explore and laugh at her brother and smile at us. That is bringing me a lot of joy. It's as someone who is the only girl in my family, has always wanted a sister, really cares about women, to be able to be raising a young Black girl. It's an honor.
Black girl magic.
Yeah.
Since it's a Mother's Day episode, I'll definitely say my mom. And we made lots of jokes today about how you tried or failed or whatever in whatever areas, but you're definitely a fantastic mother. So yes, you were bringing me joy
Baby, love
today.
you. Thank you.
That would make me look bad if I don't say it as well.
No.
Bro, why would you say that?
Just say whatever you just say. Because I already said it, you can't say the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'll say my dad, I guess, since he's been traveling a lot this year. So it's good to have him home.
That's beautiful. Thank
Also,
you.
my dog Coco. I
My
really missed
dog,
her while
Coco.
I was away.
So my joy is my grandchildren, if I'm doing a very personal thing. And one of my grandchildren this week was dancing to a Bollywood movie. And given that she's Mwembu and has never been to India, I thought it was pretty impressive. So really the ability to be able to look beyond your own culture and identify with the joy of another culture and the music and the drama and so on, I think is what I was present to there. I'm also present to the massive demonstrations that are taking place all over the world, to the Israeli Jews who are saying not in our name, to the Palestinians who are saying, we need justice at this time, to the journalists and the medical workers that are in Gaza who every morning go to work and not know whether they will come home and find their whole family has been wiped out, as we've been seeing more recently. That level of courage is just, it's just I'm just awestruck by that. I think it's just breathtaking. I think that we all have an opportunity to play a role.
I feel like the change in weather is what I could say right now. It's been really hot, and for someone who's been in the UK and I grew up there for some time, it's just nice for just the breeze and the baridi and maybe just like the clouds. My son will call them, thunderstorms. So it's just nice for me to feel the breeze and the cold that's happening. But also I've gone through such a transformational last couple of years, and I feel like I'm sort of emerging out of the depth of the things that I was going through. So I feel like the weather is cool and calm and collected, and I've also emerged from something that I was going through, and I feel like I can breathe and I feel like I can expand. So the weather and myself and my personal journey.
Hey, cheers to that too, Sheila. What a beautiful way to put it. I love that.
What's bringing me joy? I think this year is bringing me joy. I'm very excited and a little scared, but a little more excited about the year and the plans that we have, and our team and the scale up, and also to find other things to explore other things about myself and to continue growing as a person and as a leader.
For me, I think I'm learning more that it's the simple things. And in life, I think we take lots of things for granted. So as I'm growing older, I think I tend to learn a lot about the simple things. I think I find joy in hanging out, for example, with my kids. That sort of things. I find joy in with my family, and especially, for example, with my extended family, and when I travel to Dar.
Oh wow, so many things. I think these days my babies, I think my babies are bringing me joy. I think just every time you look at a child, I'm a lover of children, and they're always around us. They're driving us bonkers. It's loud, there's music playing, kids are dancing, kids are fighting in our house all the time. I think when I just take a pause and I look around, I'm like, alhamdulillah, this is the biggest blessing, to be surrounded by that beautiful noise. So
your babies. Okay, I mean, you can't say the babies, so you gotta
well,
get some
family,
difference.
but learning for me brings me joy. I'm very ambitious. Although we're outnumbered on the home front,
he's there on his guitar.
I'm still pursuing, the things that I love. Actually, I spy on my son when he's taking his guitar lessons, and then I try to apply it when They're all sitting at the dinner table. I'm enforcing order. You know?
That's excellent. It's true. That's excellent. Wow.
The sun, golden hour. That time between about 5 p.m. and 6:30, where the sun is low on the horizon and everything is thrown in gold, and taking a very silent walk, whether it's with my dog, or recently because I've been at my parents' house with my dad. Just those quiet moments in the sun, and it being 7 p.m. and still having light outside. That is giving me more joy than you'd ever imagine.
What is bringing me joy today? Honestly, it's really like this conversation. I think so many times, like, I keep it in my head and I'm like, I'm the only one who thinks this. I'm crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so refreshing, and like I feel a weight lifted off my shoulders knowing that I'm not alone in a lot of these thoughts and feelings, and of wanting more for this content. So this has given me so much joy.
What brings me joy? Oh gosh, a lot of things. What brings me joy is working with so many young people who are they are just like sponges, ready to be excited about everything. It's almost like reliving my life again multiple times through many forms. That gives me a lot of joy to see how this work is getting spread. Very exciting.
What brings me joy is giving other people joy. Anything that makes somebody joyful, give me joy. My purpose is what generates me joy every day. And the joy is what maintains my internal peace of mind. And it's easy. You can get joy by just being grateful. Just going out. One of the things is, sometimes you look at a tree and you say, wow, you're stuck here, but you know everything that is happening.
That's such a good way to say it. Yes.
And you're always producing, you know all the seasons, and you're not complaining. Me, I can travel, I can run away from the snow. But
it's not you, you're stuck. I'm going to think of that. Next time I see a tree, I'm going to look at it differently.
And you're still productive. Yeah. When you say that, whatever created you, I'm really grateful. You're thanking God. You know, somebody does something good to you, and we're joyful from you. When you're happy from your heart, it gives you joy.
It does.
So gratitude.
Gratitude.
What brings me joy? Quickly, yes, I think running brings me joy. I am not Eliud Kipchoge. Running brings me joy. I am not Eliud Kipchoge. I am not into the whole business of let's go do this marathons. I run marathons, I run half marathons, I love them, but I do them solo, and I make sure I do not run with my younger brother, who'll probably listen to this, because he is an incredible fast runner and very dedicated runner. He inspires me, but I'm like, bro, you go to the front, goodbye, I will see you in 600 hours.
Or not your pacer. That's great.
He's annoying in that sense. Yeah, he like goes and comes back, and I was like, are you not like supposed to be finishing this? I'm like,
so
I don't
disrespectful.
know, whatever.
So disrespectful.
Like, come from. So running brings me joy, and it's something that I really, particularly running in Karura Forest, which of course, as you know, like is linked to the history of Wangari Maathai and the Nobel Peace Prize winner, and who early on recognized the importance of parks and forests and the interconnectedness of deforestation and poverty and food insecurity and disenfranchisement. And I think that is, when I run in Karura, like that is buzzing in my head about the vision that she had, particularly in a city that is continuously where we are cutting trees and we are sort of like becoming, clearing spaces and building tall buildings. So that always sticks in my mind. So I always never take that for granted, and it brings me a lot of joy. One other thing I would mention, I think particularly this has sort of like taken an interesting turn over the past year or two, that brings me a lot of joy is great friendship and company. I think particularly around a table filled with good food. And I like the intellectual, challenging conversations that come from those dinner tables. And it's it's sort of like the fact that they're fascinating people around the table talking about not just about themselves, but also about the bigger things in life. I think is very interesting. It reminds me of this quote by Toni Morrison in Beloved, where she says that, one character is like, he says that this woman, she's a friend of my mind. She gathers me, the pieces I am. She gathers me. She gathers them and then gives them back to me in all the right order. And that is what, over the past year or two, that has happened for me in my life, and I've really been grateful for that. I've had friends sitting at dinner tables who are just like able to hand me back whenever they leave my apartment, and I'm just like always like really grateful and holding on to that.
Sunshine. It's a star.
Yes. I love that. The sun because it's a star. That's awesome.
What's bringing me joy? Having work.
Say that.
Having work. And being healthy. Yeah.
More health, more work to you in 2024.
Thank you very much.
Definitely. My son is hilarious, so that's a lot of joy. And working, I think before this year I hadn't worked in years, so working at something that you feel is yours, not someone else's, but and then definitely my son, who's quite funny and hilarious.
And I'm sure he kept you working.
Oh yes, there's a good reason to work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time I look in the mirror now. No, my family, mom, dad, brother, my girlfriend, and just the ability to work and all the good things that are coming.
Watching my children grow up and become their own humans, and how they experience the world. It's so different from me. I learn something new every day, and I'm really enjoying this time with them right now.
What is bringing me joy? I think it's hope for the future. I struggle a lot in the present, but I think if we can be able to achieve the work in the present, then we change our we change our probability for success in the future. And so that gives me energy to go through difficult days, because I'm like, if going through this task will mean we get even a 1% chance of success, then it's worth it. So that gives me energy to continue.
I mean, honestly, the festival in Nairobi was just it gave me so much energy, because this work is hard. It's fulfilling. It's rewarding, especially when you see the results. But it's hard because you have to self-motivate, and you have to continue staying against the grain. It's not always the easiest thing to do, because you have to fight so many barriers and forces. But I'm energized every time I come into contact with communities, people such as yourselves, who are doing the same kind of work. And I see something on Instagram, and it literally repeats the exact same thing we're saying. And I'm like, we're doing the right thing.
What's bringing me joy in my life today? I will say it's my kids. Yeah, since they came into my life, I say has changed for the better. My priorities have changed. For the longest time, I was always that carefree guy, living for the moment, living for today. I get money, I spend, I know I'll get more money. But now, for the first time, I found myself, thinking about education plans, savings, in case my sources of income dry out. Now I need to be able to sustain them for at least a year without any income. So yeah, kids taught me how not to be selfish, that the world doesn't revolve around me, and I have other people who depend on me. So for me, the kids are the people who bring me greatest joy in my life. As much as sometimes, which I know everyone goes through, kids can be irritating, you know, you just wish they get to bed, they sleep so the noise calms down. But as soon as they sleep, as soon as you also calm down, you just can't wait for them to wake up again tomorrow. Yeah, so that's kids for me.
Oh, all the kids. Oh my God, they're so cute. They are. The biggest thing about these kids is that they all go from like learning like how to build a website to video production to audio production. And I'm like, how do you have so much energy? I can you cannot teach me all those things. And then like how, because like all these skills are new to them, like they're very technical skill, but they are learning it so quickly and they're learning it the right way. And for me, when I think about how hard it was for me to break into tech, I first used a computer when I was applying to schools in the US. Like, I don't remember using a computer before that. And how I struggled in my first job because I could not type. And then I see them like in class 2 or class 3 just typing just fine. I think that's mostly the reason why I do this work. It's like they make everything else sucks, but them, they're just so cute. They're worth it.
Dr. Ben Piper, tell me what is bringing you joy.
I mean, I got to take an overnight flight from West Africa to Kenya and get to see my wife and kids today. You know, I'm a very simple person. Coming home to see my family is what makes it worth it. Less sappy. I mean, there's excitement. I just going back to this meeting in Sierra Leone, seeing ministers at the table talking to each other. No, you should do it this way. When we were doing it this way, or Ivory Coast, this is what was working in Malawi. It's just it's just how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about that.
What is bringing me joy today?
Yes.
What is bringing me joy today? This podcast. Being here, for sure.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Without a heartbeat. I know it took me a second to answer, but
it did, but
sorry.
we can edit that
today,
out.
I needed to connect. I needed to connect with myself. But definitely today, I was really excited to be here. I technically kind of sneaked out of work. No one needs to know, but we're announcing it. So I really, really wanted to be here, and I can't wait to see and hear the final product, and just share it with my mom first and foremost, because I didn't tell her I was coming here, and she'd be really pleased. She's always been a cheerleader. Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope as you think about what's ahead for you in the rest of 2023, and as you reflect back on the year, that you can recall many moments of joy. We know it has not been an easy year for so many in our community. Whether you're here on the ground in the continent or elsewhere in the world, 2023 has certainly brought its fair share of challenges. But I hope that in between all of those places, there has been lots of joy and hope. Before we let you go, we want to make sure we send a huge thank you to all of you for making this year possible. For our listeners, our subscribers, those who showed up at one of our 4 live events, whether you came to one of our live shows, whether you shared an episode, whether you wrote a comment or liked a post, every single one of your inputs has meant the world to us. So thank you so much. And from me, I just want to thank the amazing team at Sahihi Africa who has put this show together. We were a bit of pieces here and there, and they just brought it all together into a beautiful package, a beautiful story that has become Salam and Hello. So Becky, Rahma, Joki, thank you, thank you, thank you. And for our technical partners, you heard of who some of them were in the last episode, but it can't be said enough. K-Crew, our team Savior, Wina, Stephen, our director, DJ Mose, and the broader K-Crew family, Janet, who joined us in the last couple of episodes. We are so grateful for your partnership and bringing these stories alive. And lastly, for all of our amazing guests, friends and family, to my family, Ben, Selah, Solomon, Silas, Saron, thank you for your love and your support, for tolerating filming, for tolerating invasion into your personal lives and letting me tell your stories, for joining me as guests, almost all of you, except for Solly. Solly, 2024 is your year. I love you more than words can say, and I'm so grateful for you. And people, go out there, have a good new year, have a good holiday, spread the love, spread the joy, spread the justice, make this world a better place. And we'll see you on the flip. Happy New Year and happy holidays.